let's talk about the life of one of the philosophers named Diogenes. This guy has no home. He sleeps in a temple, and more often he sleeps in a clay wine jar he called Pythos. He lives a homeless life, and he is also very close to the dogs. That's why he is also called the dog. He lived by begging food from others, and every time he was fed by someone, he would ask that person, "Am I the only one you feed today? If possible, I wish I'm not the last person you feed today." One of his thoughts is, we have complicated every simple gift of God. For instance, eating. Eating is actually something simple, but sometimes with technology, people end up confused because they need more time to determine their choices. Too many choices are offered. Life is complicated, although it is only about eating. You see, sometimes in Starbucks, people order crazy stuff. Sometimes if we have dinner with, let's say, noble people, the protocol is too much and too complicated. Just don't get the wrong spoon or the wrong knife that it's not for its use. Dinner should be simple, but it ended up so complicated. There are a lot of clothes in the closet, and more often it makes people confused about which one to wear. It's funny because it is just clothes, right? We have complicated every simple gift of God. Take a look at your life. There should be a lot of simple things that are now complicated. That is why Diogenes doesn't like it. Again, because it is too complicated. It once said that Diogenes had a cup, and he always brought it with him. One day he saw a homeless boy drinking with his bare hands. Diogenes then exclaimed, "Fool that I am, to have been carrying this cup all this time." Then he threw the cup away. Perhaps Diogenes thought that with him having the cup, a small part of his life would be spent taking care of it. For example, he would need to wash the cup, store it, clean it, which he thought will waste his time. Better he use his bare hand. It's simple and natural. All areas of life today have their own code of conduct. According to Diogenes, this actually makes it difficult to ourselves. These are some of his thoughts about the good life. Good life is a natural life. You see, human current civilization actually distance us from natural things. Our customs, our culture, our technology, which are made by us, instead of making our life easy and comfortable, it makes our life complicated. People made music application on our phones, and sometimes we get confused about which song to listen to. This is why, according to Diogenes, we should live by a natural standard. It means living with a minimal standard. Don't make it complicated. It is not easy to live this way. Humans are increasingly unnatural, whether socially, politically, culturally. We humans are slowly lose our natural instinctive abilities. Now if people want to point in direction, they just use Google Maps or similar apps. People in the past simply look at the sky as a guide. The ancients were very capable of reading the sign of nature. People today are no longer able to read natural sign accurately, naturally. People today are spoiled. People are too dependent on technological products that were originally created for our convenience, but sometimes even create complexity and natural and tend to damage the environment. This is the challenge of Diogenes. Are we there to leave our addictions and live naturally? Some people ask, what is natural life like? Instinctively, number one is animal life. Animals are natural. They hunt when they are hungry, they sleep when they are tired, they somehow know when the weather is changing and instinctively move to a safer place. The second is primitive humans. In today's life, it might be like a society that lives isolated from the outside world, a society that hasn't been touched by outside technology like Bedouin and so on. The concept is to return to being a natural human being. Diogenes used to stroll about in full daylight with a lamp. When asked what he was doing, he would answer, "I am looking for a man." This is an extraordinary satire from Diogenes, who sees humans today as inhuman. So what makes us inhuman? The answer is ambition. Diogenes is known to be very ambitious to not to be ambitious. What makes us inhuman today is largely due to our ambition. Want this, want that, want all, want to achieve this, want to achieve that, and so on. This is what makes our human side slowly fade. That's why when Diogenes was asked what he was doing, he would answer, "I'm looking for a man." Ambition makes humans lose their human side.